So, John, how much effort has been made in canvassing all of the Alabama players on whether they talked to the organization about Reuben Foster? Because it seems like there was an effort to talk to a few of the Alabama guys, and all those guys said they didn't talk to the organization at all about Reuben Foster.
Yeah, and, what we know is that in the statement, which we told stands, is that they had candid conversations with, the Alabama guys, or at least his former teammates. And there's 7 guys on that roster, including like Ari Kwanjo on IR, who are from Alabama. And 5 of them happen to play on defense. So, you're curious what they would have said to them. And when we talked to HaHa Clinton Dix, Alan, they both said they didn't talk to anyone. Others wouldn't say what they did. So, all we know is that 2 of them said they didn't. That's it. How many of the other ones, I haven't heard back. And, we did try to get some clarification. Again, you were told that the statement's going to stand, and so there we are.
John, there were reports that Bruce Allen masterminded the Reuben Foster move. How much do you know about that? Who were the other people that were really pushing for him to be acquired by the Redskins?
Well, Bruce is in charge of these kind of things, so, there you go. I don't think it was this huge discussion, because I know there's some people there who would not be in favor of it, but they weren't necessarily brought into the discussion. So I don't think this is like wide-ranging net that was being cast for opinions here. Something like this is going to be okayed by the top 2 people, which would be Bruce and Dan. And, you seek some opinions, but you're not going to cast this wide net to ferret out what they should do. I also think this goes back to they did do a lot of work and meet with people before the draft in 2017. That's a year and a half ago. So I think there was some falling back on what they learned at that time as well, whether from Nick Saban or others in the program or their own meetings with him. And, those who meet with Reuben Foster will tell you he's a charmer. And I heard that from people in the organization. I heard that from people elsewhere, too. So I think you kind of fall back on that as well. But, yeah, I don't think there was this wide net cast on this.
Has Foster even been to Ashburn?
Yeah, he was there yesterday, physical, and he met with some of the guys, yeah.
Oh, he was? Okay. Well, what do you feel about it, covering the team every day?
I feel like I was having a pretty nice, easy Tuesday, and it changed dramatically. That's what I feel.
Right.
It's hard for me I can't really give too many opinions on it.
You can't just because you don't think it's right to?
Well, he's more a reporter.
Well, because I think in my job I have to report what this news is. And, I can't have things. There's some things I think you can give strong opinions on, and some things I think you have to just be the news guy.
Right.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that Foster will play one down in 2018? Or this season? No. And listen, the easy thing to say is that it would have been easy just to wait and let this play out. I think that's the natural reaction, right? But no, I don't think that he will. No.
All right, let's look ahead to the Eagles game on Monday night. The Redskins' offense has been lacking explosiveness. We all know that. Is Chris Thompson likely to return?
I think I would say as much hopeful / likely. He seems more upbeat about it. He did say yesterday that when he originally had this injury, that it was a 3-week injury. And the 3rd week would have been the Dallas game, but the problem was that it was a Thursday game, which shortened that, I think if it had been a Sunday or Monday game this past week, he may have played. But it certainly gives him optimism to be able to think he'll be ready for Monday. And a lot of it is just, he keeps saying you just got to get through. I think when you're coming back from an injury, I think they want to get to the end of the week and say that that you feel the same and that it's definitely improving. So I think I'd say there's optimism, yes, and they need him.
Yeah, I was just watching that Eagles game last week and against the Giants, and Eli really took advantage of a banged-up secondary that Philly has. I'm not sure how many of those guys are going to be back. I know McLeod's out. He's on the IR. A couple other guys. So you would think that Colt, having those 9-10 days to prep, they should really attack that secondary that's banged up.
They should, and I think it sounds like there may be one or two of those guys back, but you're still looking at a depleted secondary. So yes, you would think so. And he was aggressive getting down the field against Dallas. You know, some of those back shoulder throws. And I think sometimes, to be honest, sometimes putting too much trust into guys who it's hard to do that with right now. And so I think, but he was there. I mean, that's what his mindset is, and so. I think he had to learn. I think he's still learning. Okay, who can I trust in this situation or with this throw? But I think he was definitely more aggressive, and so I think you would think you would see that again. You know, so yeah, I would expect that to happen. Now the key then becomes, can they hold off that Eagles line? It's still, they don't have a huge sack numbers, but it's still a pretty solid line.